Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition, and we're out here today at beautiful Lake El Capitan. It's a bluebird sunny day in the middle of January, and I'm telling you, you can't beat the San Diego weather. What we're here for today is to introduce you to Kevin Matson. Kevin Matson, accomplished saltwater calico bass fisherman along with an established freshwater bass angler. And what he's going to do today is teach us some new techniques and some things that are up and coming that I think you anglers will really be excited about. Kevin, come on, show us some stuff. Tell us what you got.
Well, what we did is we went out and we came up with a weedless bait for fishing shallow water and kelp canopies. And what we do is we're fishing on the heavy gear for the calico bass. We're power fishing. This is 65-pound Spectra to 60-pound fluorocarbon. We use a uni-to-uni knot to connect it. This is the Seeker Blue Lightning Series 7-footer, and it's power fishing. We're covering water, we're fishing fast, we're fan casting the canopy, we're looking for edges, we're looking for shallow water rock structures, boiler rocks, and we're fishing the bait fast to get a reflex bite.
So you're up close to the shore. You're in tight.
That's why we're fishing the heavy gear. This is the lighter setup. This is 65 to 60.
Yeah, I noticed now. This is nothing more than a little bit of a large bass reel. So
well, we like the Corrado with the high-speed gear ratio.
Okay,
because
so
we're cranking it fast. We're keeping it right up on the surface. We're waking the surface with it. The fish have to react. When the bait comes flying by them, there's no time to think about it. It's either eat it or it gets away.
Now that current's laying the stringer down and you're throwing it down and pulling it?
Yeah, what we're looking for is the current laying in to the beach.
Okay.
And when we find that edge, we're circling around and trying to creep up on it real quiet, let the spot sit, and make that perfect cast up onto the canopy behind the spot and working it up to the point and burning it right on the point. They'll be on that corner where the kelp's laying down, laying under the shade facing into the current, so we can place them where they are.
Wow, there you go, anglers. Hey, this is the kind of stuff you need to learn. Now, tell us about the bait a little bit itself.
Well, it's a basic paddle tail, but the difference is he made it weedless.
Right.
With the hook design, this is an 8.0 owner beast hook. It's got a little spring in the front that you bend into the bait. This is the 3/8 ounce. And as you can see, it's almost like a Texas rig worm.
Wow, and it's amazing with the sinker on the bottom here. It'll swim straight, and you've got that look of that bait coming right down that stringer, right? Now that's an amazing. Now look, I noticed too that you leave a little bit of room here between the spring and the bait. What does that do?
Well, what it is, it's if you put it too tight to the bait, it kind of kills the action.
Oh, okay.
If you kink it, it'll kind of run off to the side. You want it to run upright. Okay. When you're winding it fast, you want to keep it straight. So what I'll do is I'll leave a little gap in here, like half a turn, just to give it that play. And then what I do too is when I rig it, I'll take it and I'll pull the bait to make the hole where the hook comes out a little bit bigger, just to give it that extra shimmy.
Now this isn't a Palomar knot. What type of knot is this?
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're using that with your fluorocarbon. You're okay with that?
Yeah. Great knot. 60-pound maximum fluoro chafing protection.
Okay, and it's a reaction bite. No slow wind. This is a power fishing technique.
Power fishing, covering water, winding fast, no drag.
And these are big fish.
Big fish. Getting big yellows. We've got yellows up to 50 pounds on this. Big calico bass, big ones.
And what do we need to tell our anglers about the calico bass?
Catch and release. No reason to kill anything. If you're gonna keep one, you know, a 16-inch fish is fine. Don't kill the big fish.
Right.
Slow to grow, let them go. Preserve the fishery.
Right, okay. It's important, anglers, please. We got a catch and release policy. We'll have these fish around for a long time.
This right here is my basic saltwater color selection. I like these lighter colors in the clear water. Kind of a jack smelt, green and blue. I like these in the summertime too, when the jack smelt are up on the surface. And it kind of actually gets a little darker until it starts turning into these kelpy colors. This is kind of a calico color, senorita fish, baby bass. I like this one as an early morning pattern. It's kind of an army green belly. Some of these darker profiles in the morning are what you want. You want that silhouette against the surface. Like I said, this is a good summertime color. Any of these in here is a good summertime color. Clear water, light colors. Dark water, early morning, you want this dark stuff. This is the freshwater selection. We have a clear trout getting a little bit darker, and then we have a carp. We have these two carp colors that work pretty well, and a baby bass. We just put a black tail on one of the carp colors. Obviously, you can't go wrong with a rainbow trout. I fish these two pretty much the most. Summertime, this little baby bass gets them real good. Some of the lakes, a lot of carp in them. These two get bit. This one's been chomped pretty good. Fishing it fast on the heavy gear. Reaction bite, power fishing.
Talk to us about what you're doing on the freshwater that's different.
What we've done is we've just transferred over and scaled down. This is a Dobbins rod. This is the 8-footer. This is 20-pound Ultra Green Max. And we've just gone to some trout patterns. This is more of a clear trout.
Okay, look at that. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that is beautiful.
The whole weedless deal, the same thing, power fishing. Going down the bank, casting at every bush, throwing it up on the shore, burning it off the bank, trying to get a reaction.
Now, wait a minute. Wait, Kevin, that's completely different from traditional philosophy. Most swim bait anglers are turning the handle as slow as possible.
Exactly.
Now, you're power fishing.
You're doing something different. You're getting a reaction.
Wow.
And those big fish, they'll jump on this bait. Big fish. 10, 12 pounders will flop out of the water on these things, and you got to see it.
Well, I hope the anglers that are fishing out there are listening right now, but this is what's happening. Listen, anglers, one other thing I want to talk to you about is the cool clothing that Kevin is wearing, all right? This Bass King outerwear is really cool. So these are some cool things that we're bringing to you. We got these baits. We're going to show you some new ways to fish them, and we've got some new innovative techniques that'll help you catch more fish. By the hair of his chinny chin chin. That's what they're after, anglers. Obviously a bigger version of this, but this is the fish they're looking for. These guys have got limits, and what they're doing now is they're calling out. They're catching bigger fish, throwing out the smaller ones. This one would just barely be a keeper, but still a nice fat little belly on that guy, huh? All right, we're gonna let him go to get bigger.
checks totaling $2,895. Give it up, Trevor Lincoln and Cameron Smith. Congratulations, guys. Now, I know there's a few more contests on this lake coming up in the next few weeks, but tell us what you can about how you fish today. We're going to start off with you, Trevor.
Well, first off, we started back in the shallow in the trees, catching them on the Senko. And then from there, we went further back to the shallows, and I got like a 6-pounder on the Senko. And then around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we went out on the rock slides outside of the trees, like halfway to the no wake buoys in the back, and I got that 9-pounder on a crankbait.
Wow. Now, you guys have been working hard. I know, right now everyone's doing what they can to scratch around. You can't spend as much time on the water as you would like. Let's come over here and talk to Cameron. Cameron, how'd you know where to go?
I didn't. Last week we had the ABA out here, and we saw some guys catching some fish on the flats. So went over there this morning and just, I don't know, we probably put 15, 20 fish in the boat for the first like 2 hours, and then we realized we weren't going to upgrade too much, so we just went looking and kind of buried ourselves way back in the trees, hoping the water would warm up, bring bigger fish up, and we got one good bite back there, and then with the wind blowing and everything, we wanted to throw some big baits around, and Trevor decided to pick up a crankbait. First cast, wow. Boom.